Good morning, everybody. Randy Karcher here, the musical health coach. Thanks for joining me for Fortissimo Friday. And I kind of took a break for a couple of weeks, and we're trying to get our house ready to sell. So I'm glad to be back with you. And I wanted to talk to you with a couple thoughts about courage. You know, courage goes along with so many things. Fear and all that kind of stuff is part of that as well. But a lot of you probably remember The Wizard of Oz. If you don't, then you need to educate others about it, because that's a great movie. Anyway, there's a lot of great thoughts in there. I love The Cowardly Lion, and he's always talking about courage. And this is a quote from something he says. He's going to go rescue Dorothy, and he goes, all right, I'm going to go in there and get Dorothy. Wicked witch or no wicked witch, guards or no guards, I'm going to tear them apart. I may not come out alive, but I'm going in there. There's only one thing I want you fellows to do. And of course, the Tin Man and the Scarecrow are listening. And he goes, what's that? He goes, talk me out of it. So even though he wanted to do the right thing, he was still scared, right? Okay, courage doesn't mean that there's not any fear. I love this quote by Bethany Hamilton. Courage doesn't mean you don't get afraid. Courage means you don't let fear stop you. So there's a lot of ways to work through courage. And I was listening to something this morning, a TED Talk, and the guy from Britain, I can't remember his name, I think it was Ron West. Anyway, he was talking about how one of the important ways to be able to get more courage is to help somebody else and encourage them. I love that little acronym there. So encouraging others to be more courageous helps you to be more courageous. Okay? It's the acting as if thing a little bit, but it's also about whether you're scared or not, you just do it anyway. You have the courage and you just do what you know you need to do. How many times have we had things in our life where we just have something burning inside of us that we know we need to do, but we're scared. We don't have the courage to do it. But all you have to do is just do it anyway, and then you're going to come out on the other end and be so proud of yourself that you did it, and it's going to empower you and give you more courage. So my business partner and one of my best friends, Corey Ellsworth, we have a publishing company together. And I think I've mentioned this before on my Facebook Lives, but he has a wonderful family, and but 3 of his kids have had or have muscular dystrophy. And so talk about a lot of courage to be able to get through that. They had so many things to get through with those kids. And their oldest has already passed away from muscular dystrophy. And so a few years ago, Corey and I wrote a musical called Crosses about a family that has to deal with muscular dystrophy and all the courage and things that they had to go through to be able to keep holding on to life and to have a lot of hope in things getting better. And there's a particular song that Corey wrote the lyrics to called A Rose, not The Rose, different song. Yeah, A Rose, and it's about how, you know, roses are very beautiful and they grow, but at a certain point, we admire their beauty and everything, but at a certain point, just like anything else, they've lived their life and it's time for them, you know, to pass on. And so Corey likens a rose to his children and how they've grown, they've touched people's lives, and they're always to be remembered even though they've passed on. So I love the message of this song, and I'm so grateful to have Mallory Benhoff with us. Yay! And Mallory is a rising senior. She's going to go to Franklin High School this last year as a senior. And she's a very gifted vocalist. So glad to have her here. And her mom's over in the corner. Yeah. Say hi. Oh, mom's over there. Okay. I can't figure out how to work this camera. But anyway, Franklin High School is an amazing high school. There's been a ton of musical talent that's come out of there. Paramore, the lead vocalist, and the guitarist and the drummer, who brothers, came out of that high school too. And I'm very excited that my son got to march in the Franklin High School Marching Band. So grateful to have Mallory here with us. She's going to share her gifts and perform A Rose with me. Okay, here we go.
Nestled into fertile ground, nourished water.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Yay.
Thank you so much.
Glad to have Mallory here. And it's so much more fun for me to do a musical number when I have people that I'm working with. So, courage isn't the absence of fear, but it's an opportunity to move through to the other side and do something that, even though it's scary, it's going to make your life so much better. As a health coach, I have the opportunity to work with a lot of people. It's kind of like you have an alcoholic that finally has the courage is that word again, courage to reach out and ask for help from somebody else because they realize they can't do it alone. And I feel so privileged to be able to help people when they're finally ready and they have the courage to go, okay, I could use a little bit of accountability and interaction and just somebody to help me through this. So I really love helping people, and I love to watch other people progress, and I love seeing people have the courage to do wonderful things. And if it's not the right time for you, maybe you have something that you've never felt like you have the courage to do, whatever that is for you. Have the courage to reach out and ask somebody who's done it before you to help you. They're gonna be thrilled to give you that opportunity. And who learns more, the student or the teacher? Really? I mean, chances are the person that you're asking to help you may have some fear themselves, or they may maybe need to have the courage to be able to help somebody else to help themselves. So anyway, Randy Karcher, the musical health coach, thanks for joining me for Fortissimo Friday. So grateful to have Mallory here with us. And have some courage this week. Do something scary and get out there and just make some things happen. Okay? Hope you have a great weekend and a fantastic 4th of July. All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.